So, for me, my bias for ETH is I want to be a little bit short. I want short deltas. Maybe your bias for hype is different. Maybe you want to be, more neutral at these levels. So you can structure this in any way that you like.
Yeah, I mean,
Joshua,
I'm short for sure. So I was just wondering why you wouldn't start in the money and be accruing fees to make sure that your position is good faster. That's all.
Joshua,
You're probably right. You're probably right. I think when I entered this, I just kind of wanted to enter 100% in ETH and not swap in. And I entered, after ETH had been down, 20% or 25% over the course of like 3 days. So big move lower. I entered right here. I got lucky. Price entered my range, but you're right. It probably would have been better to enter intentionally in range. That way you get to break even more quickly. So yeah.
can I add to this? I'm doing this strategy like the 100% in ETH or USDC entry all the time for the past 8 months. Always single side entered. And I got this question as well. Why don't you go like 90-10, or sometimes if it's like the price stick very close, I will do a little bit. But it's the same reason. It's harder to do the math on it. But then someone asked me, but how much time are you out of range? And for me, I have never been more than 12 hours out of range before it got in my range. So it is even less. So if I look back over the past 8 months, that's, of course, I start later to earn money, but it's never been that long.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, right? Because these assets are just so volatile that even if you're sitting out of range by 5 or 10 percentage points, if you're in a CLP and you're an ETH paired with a stable and you're sitting out of range by 10%, you could be back in range over the course of a day or two. So no, it makes perfect sense to me that you wouldn't sit out of range for very long. With this strategy, though, I do not want this to ever be out of range. And so what Josh caught there, deploying out of range, probably not the best idea because you need that yield to get to break even and eventually to become profitable on the system. You need
And your
that yield.
strategy it is, yeah, because you use the hedge.
Right, right.
I don't do it. I just do only the CLP. I don't do leverage. So for me, it doesn't matter because when I'm out of range, I just don't earn anything. The money's doing nothing.